Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
My name is Spencer Smith. I'm the mayor of the city of Harker, Texas, and I was asked to provide some words for this Memorial Day 2020. Memorial Day is a federal holiday when we recognize those members of the armed forces who have been killed while serving our nation. The holiday began in the late 1800s and has undergone some alterations through the years, but the emphasis has always remained on those who have perished. We need to remember the Gold Star families, the spouses, children, parents, siblings, and others left behind to grieve over the loss of their loved one every day. There are other days of the year that hold significance to me for numerous friends and acquaintances who lost their lives. Some of these include Mike Oler, killed by a sniper in Beirut, Lebanon. The Marines and sailors in the Beirut bombing, the Marines who perished at Desert One in Iran, Brian Jones, who perished in a helicopter mishap at Camp Lejeune, and Jordan Yankov, a helicopter mishap in Florida. All of these individuals made a personal commitment to serve our nation. In conclusion, I'm reminded of the Old Testament passage from the book of Isaiah. The Lord asked, "Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" Isaiah replied, "Here I am, send me." Our professional military are like that prophet. Remember the fallen. Thank you.
I'm Colonel Ralph Overland, commander of the 3rd Cavalry Regiment, and I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to speak on Memorial Day. It's an honor to be part of the Harker Heights community who shows so much support for our troopers and families. It's a privilege to speak with you on such an important occasion, honoring the men and women who have given their lives in defense of our nation. Memorial Day is a day of national awareness and solemn reverence, a day to remember our heroes and recognize their achievements, courage, and dedication, a day to say thank you for their sacrifices made in honor of our nation. This year, our observance of Memorial Day is a little different from previous years as we help to slow the spread of COVID-19 pandemic through social distancing. Instead of participating in parades and large Memorial Day events, we can remember the men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice in a more private way. We can honor our fallen heroes by participating in the national moment of remembrance, a call to voluntarily and informally pause today at 3 p.m. to reflect on and remember those Americans who have died in service to our nation. We can fly our flags at half-staff from sunrise until noon, then raise them briskly to the top of the staff until sunset in honor of our nation's military heroes. We have many Gold Star families in our community. If you know them, thank them for the sacrifice their family has made, for the selfless service their sons and daughters sacrificed for our freedom. The sacrifices of these brave men and women throughout our nation's history is felt as deeply in our Army as they are in the families and communities here at Fort Hood, Harker Heights, Central Texas, and across this great nation. On Memorial Day, remember the link we have with all generations that have gone before us, who selflessly served their country and paid the ultimate price. From the recent conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq, back to the American Revolution, our soldiers continuously put the welfare of the nation, the Army, and their fellow soldiers before their own. Our Brave Rifles team thanks you for taking the time today to remember our fallen service members and the selfless service they provided to our country. Thank you to Harker Heights Chamber of Commerce and to the City of Harker Heights for their steadfast support to our troopers and to our regiment. Our regiment celebrated its birthday on May 19th, which marked 174 years of service to our great nation. Since 1846, the regiment remains lethal and ready as we celebrate our time-honored traditions. We are thankful for the opportunity to remember our heroes and to be a part of this great community. Brave Rifles.